I started this business and left what I was doing. I had gotten a job with the telephone company right out of college and had a good job. I was making good money, but I just couldn't see myself playing the corporate rat race the rest of my life. I was clerking at a kind of an old line traditional firm in Fort Lauderdale while I was in law school. They had a rather interesting and somewhat progressive thing that they did where they had all their new associates or law clerks that they might hire go to a psychologist. And I told him what I was kind of interested in doing is tax and estate planning. He said, well, you're well suited for that because you like to have people come to you and you help them. Even though I went to work for a bigger firm when I first got out of law school, I always had the intention of having my own firm and just kind of going out on my own, doing my own thing. And that's what I've done. I do what I like to do, is helping people with things they're not used to dealing with.
The things we work for and accumulate are important to us, and they're important to our families and those we leave behind. And it really is our legacy, the thing that's behind us when we're gone. The most important thing I guess I could say is that you need to be intentional on how you leave these things behind you. You don't want to find out that maybe you thought things were structured in a certain way and they weren't. Well, it's too late. And if you come to Estate Planning and Legacy Law Center, they will make sure that your program's laid out properly.
Well, one of the things that's real interesting about this kind of practice, especially if you do like we like to do, is to really listen to clients and what their concerns are, not just what we think they should do for tax reasons, or this is the normal way that people do this kind of trust or that kind of trust.
What I like about the Estate Planning and Legacy Law Center is that they creatively design a unique plan based on each client's individual estate planning goals. At many other law firms that I've worked at, they used a basic generic form where it was mostly fill in the blank.
Our office really becomes somewhat of a family, and oftentimes our clients are sort of an extension of that family. And so we want people that enjoy what they're doing and like people and like to be friendly and helpful with people.
I love my job because I'm so honored to be the first contact that new or returning clients have when they come here to meet with us.
What I would say to someone who just kind of says, well, I don't want to spend the money or the time to do it, my family can worry about it when I'm gone. I would usually try to encourage them to understand that that attitude, although in some ways it can be understood that they don't want to deal with it, and so somebody can deal with it when they're gone, but they've got to think about those people and the heartache and the time and effort that it takes to clean up a mess when it hasn't been properly planned for. And it's not just in the event of death. If someone hasn't done any planning and done the lifetime kinds of documents they need to do, like a power of attorney, living will, healthcare surrogate, those kinds of things, then they put their family in even a more difficult position of having to deal with them, having to deal with their care perhaps, things of that nature, when it would all be unnecessary. And even from purely a monetary standpoint, it's always going to cost less to do the planning ahead of time than clean up the mess later. I really like all of our staff. We are here for the clients. We realize that, and we try to make sure that clients realize that.